Transparency is incredibly important when it comes to political leadership, and for decades and decades, presidential candidates have disclosed their taxes so that the American people could see what their dealings were, what their income was, what their business entanglements were. And I think a lot of people assumed it was required because everyone did it. But when Donald Trump brazenly refused to do it, people realized that it's not a requirement. And we need to make it a requirement. It's important for the public to have confidence in our political leaders and to know what our income is. And so this is really critically important.
The world is a dangerous place, and the American public, especially voters, have the right to know what type of business conflicts the president may have and what type of ties a future president may have with a foreign government. And now we're entering into an unprecedented time in our nation's history. For the first time in 40 years, we have a presidential candidate, now turned president, who has not disclosed their potential conflicts of interest prior to being elected to office. In fact, every Republican and Democratic nominee since Jimmy Carter has disclosed their tax returns. California didn't pick this fight, but what we need to ensure is that California voters, the public, and the media have the ability to be able to see an individual's potential conflicts of interest before they cast their most important vote, and that vote is for president. So the way we have this is designed is that within 70 days of a presidential general election, every candidate, no matter their party affiliation, including write-ins, have to disclose their last 5 tax returns to the Secretary of State. Those tax returns would then be posted online for all of California to be able to see. It's that simple.
We want to create the highest possible incentive for presidential candidates to comply. But it's not just California. More and more states are signing on and introducing similar bills. It started in New York. California was number 2, and now other states are moving forward as well. So we want to create a national movement here. And this isn't about Donald Trump, even though he brought the issue to the forefront. This is about transparency for people who are seeking to lead our country and to be the leader of so much of the world. The President of the United States is the most powerful person in the world, and we have a right to know about this person's finances. It makes a lot of sense, and I know there's some discussion about legalities. We think that this does pass muster, but if someone wants to challenge it, we have another 4 years until the next election, so there's plenty of time to work it out. But Hawaii, Massachusetts, Maryland, other states are moving forward as well, and it's a national movement.
Every major political party nominee and every individual who has held the office of president has disclosed at least one tax return and made it available to the public and to the media. And I'm going to get back to the bottom line of this. Senator Wiener and I would be here right now if Hillary Clinton didn't disclose her tax returns. Voters deserve to know who they're voting for and what potential conflicts of interest they have. Like I said before, the world is a dangerous place. We need to know what potential dangerous ties via business or a foreign government our potential president may have. And again, this has been precedent here in the United States of America. Now, this is also the tip of the iceberg. This is a strategy by President Trump. He is not mandating that his nominees for the major secretary positions now being nominated and going through the process in the U.S. Senate have to be able to fulfill their ethical obligations and have an ethical background check. This is dangerous. It's dangerous for our country and as the world leader. And we want to be able to set the standard for transparency here in California with the Transparency Act.
I think people do care. When you look at the polling, people want to know what taxes and the presidential candidates have or haven't paid, what their income is, what their business dealings are. People do care. Obviously, they care about a lot of different things. It's not the only issue they care about, but people want to know this information about presidential candidates, no doubt about it.